guys, welcome to Fat Quarter Shop's Friday live stream. Today we're going to have a trunk show of Susan Aki's brand new book, and it is called Halloween Memories. It is so cute. It has 6 quilts and 9 cross stitches, and I'm going to show each of the quilts up close, and then I'm going to tell you the fabric requirements or the pre-cut friendly part of it, and give you some tips on coloring. We are going to have a sew along soon with it, so you can look forward to that. And then I have a lot of what's new to show you. So I want to start off by just talking about Susan Aki, and her first book with It's So Emma was Summer Memories. It was very popular. Her second book was Celebrate with Quilts, which we're still in the middle of a quilt along with, and that was co-authored with Lisa Alexander. And her new book is Halloween Memories. And I'm going to just flip through a little bit just so you can see the beautiful photography. Not long enough for you to see the cutting, but just so you can see what, if you buy this from us, what it looks like. And then you'll see the beautiful quilts. They're all Halloween-ish, but if you think about it, they could all be summer memories-ish. All you have to do is change the colors. So this is Nightshade. Spider webs. This one will be so cute in scrappy fabrics. This is the Trick or Treat quilt, and it looks a lot harder than it actually is. You actually don't even need a specialty ruler. You just need the 60-degree line on your ruler. And then she tells you how to make all of her cross stitches into pin keeps. Of course, you don't have to do that. You can just frame them. And she was too busy. She's in the process of moving, which is the only reason she's not on live. So we're going to start with the very first part of the book, and we are going to look at the Enchanted quilt. It is 58 by 68. And it's fat 8 friendly. It uses 16 background fat 8s and 16 orange fat 8s. And then she uses, these are scrappy, the settings. And then the backing, I'll show you the backing. And she just did a scrappy backing. That's not in the book, but just so you know. So when you're looking at this, you need 16 fat 8s for this, 16 fat 8s for this, your setting triangles that are out here is 1 fabric, and the rest are scrappy. And all of her quilts are washed, and so they have a much homier feel. You know, they're much softer than my quilts, and so you can see how they've washed really well. Now, what she did when she made this, these are all fig tree oranges. Now, one thing that I think would be great is there's a new group coming out called Denim and Daisies by Fig Tree. It's coming out in August, and it's a mix of denims and oranges. But this is a great quilt if you already have a stash of one color, so you don't have to buy anything. So maybe you have a stash of oranges, reds, blues. Of course, it would look good scrappy, but if you wanted to do this, you could just pull from your stash. And then I'll kind of fold this over so you can see the backing a little bit. So all of these are Fig Tree fabrics. And on here, I did want to talk about, she did the binding the same as the border. And so you can always do that. Some people do that, some people don't. You know, you could have done an orange, but it just kind of blends more if you use the same binding. I think she uses 80-20 for her batting. She talked about it in a previous live stream. So I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what she uses. It's half and half, the book, and I'm going to show you everything that's in the book so you'll know. So that's Enchanted. The next quilt is also fat eighth friendly. It uses 18 background, 18 orange, and 18 black fat eighths. But when you look at this, it's Halloween, right? You could make this red, white, and blue. You could make this pink, aqua, green. It does not have to be Halloween. You have to think outside the box on color placement. And this is not a fig tree, but all of the oranges look to be fig tree. The black and the creams look to be kind of an assortment of different groups. Like I can tell this is not fig tree. So you need 18 black, 18 orange, 18 background, and then you have a sashing background and a sashing. And you also have these cornerstones, your border, and then the same thing she did with the binding where she kept it the same. But if you look at the colorway, you could do red, white, and blue. You could do anything. And I would say the 9 patch really kind of, I think it sets it apart, and I like the way she did the sashing. There's just a lot of movement instead of just a block with a sashing and a block with a sashing. I think these pieces really make it stand out. And again, this is one where you don't have to feel like you have to buy something because you might have a stash of 2 colors you already like. And then you just pull that and go from there. Debbie Sherman says she buys books for the patterns. I rarely make them in the colors shown in the book. The star would be adorable in greens. Yes, absolutely. So that one is Hocus Pocus. The next one is called Moonlight, and this is going to be the one that we're going to do a sew along on, and I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. This one's 59 inches square. It's also fat eighth friendly. It uses 16 background fat quarters, 16 gray fat quarters, and then for your colorful prints, 10-inch squares, 32 10-inch squares. And this one has a softer hue to it, so it's not as orange. So there's a pink on the back. So this one uses, some of this uses the Hey Boo collection by Vanessa Gertson that just came out. And so this one obviously is not, she used a lighter gray, not a dark black. She used the purple instead of, and there's some pinks in here. So this is more of a feminine quilt. So again, 18 background fat quarters. Sorry. 16 background fat quarters, 32 10-inch squares for the colorful prints, and then 16 fat eighths for the gray. But of course, you could do the same thing. You could do all green and 1 gray, all blue and 1 gray, all red and 1 gray. You can do all kinds of things. You have to think outside the box. And again, she has that same binding. And her last book, she didn't do that. So it's just a change. Let's see this so you can see the. And so this is the Hey Boo collection. And this one thing that I would say is important is right here. This is the most, these two are the most important fabrics you're gonna pick in the quilt. Because if you pick something too dark, it's gonna take away from your block. So this is probably your most important fabric choice of the whole quilt. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the sew along. This one is 63 by 77. It uses 1.5 inch triangles on a roll paper, 3 inch square paper, and 1.5 by 3 inch flying geese paper. So if you're going to do the sew along, we did put together a foundation paper set. The pattern is written for regular cutting, so this is not a have to. It's going to be a 9-part sew along in August. Starts August 20th and goes all the way till October 15th. We have the quilt fabric requirements and color sheets available on our blog. And I'm going to show you some different color options so that if you want to sew along with us, you have different color options. You obviously don't have to use these. You can use any. Okay, so the first one is Snowman Gatherings by Primitive Gatherings. That fabric will be coming out in August of 2024. So that's designed by Lisa Bonjean. And there was a Snowman Gatherings. There's been several Snowman Gatherings collections over the years. So if you had a stash of that from the past, you wouldn't have to buy a new one. The next one is Autumn Afternoon by Heather Peterson by Riley Blake Designs. This one is more of a fall look. All of these you're going to notice are all different seasons and totally different than the book, so you can think about that. And then pay attention to the backgrounds that we use. This one has a darker setting to it. Those setting triangles that I was talking about, this one gives it a different look. The next one is Folk and Lore by Fancy That Design House. That is coming out in August, and on that one you can see the corner, the setting triangles are more background. And then if you like anything modern, this is Good Spirits by Ruby Star Society, and this is more of a Halloween look, so similar to the book with just darker blacks. This is Grand Haven by Minnick and Simpson, which is coming out in September. This is the very last group by Minnick and Simpson. So I am super sad. But this one, if you look at how Angel colored this, those setting triangles give a pink, like a pink outline to the blocks, whereas in the other quilt, they faded in. The next one is Hometown Holiday by Lori Holt. I'm going to show you all of this fabric in a little bit, and we'll talk about delivery dates on it, but I love the way it's colored, where it's like aqua, red, yellow, green, aqua, red, yellow, green. And this is one that if you have a great stash of colors, you can just kind of follow this. And this one has 2 different settings that kind of outline the block. And then this is Pine Valley by Basic Gray. This is a Christmas collection. It's in stock. And then what I'm going to do is we're going to go back through them and just count 10 seconds in between. And what I want you to do is pay attention to, let me show you this before we do it. I really want you to pay attention to the fabrics that are right here, because that is going to be how you can make your quilt different. So we'll just start going through them now. So you can see that light blue accents the block. Same thing, brown accents the block. And those are hourglass blocks. And see, that one more blends in where your blocks really kind of stand out on their own. And then you've got a Halloween look with more of a darker black. There are no kits for the alternate colorways. These are just color options. We have fabric requirements on the blog. We have a great blog post that you can go to that has all the information on it. And the quilt along, again, is August 20th, so you have time to get your fabric, to October 15th. So you can let me know if you're going to be sewing along. And creative grid rulers definitely work with a sew along. You don't need any papers. Everything is written the traditional way. This next quilt is called Nightshade. It's 59 inches square. Fat quarter friendly. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to tell you what the fabric requirements are. And this one is just all gray. So you could envision this in all orange, all black, all blue, all green, all aqua. And this is another one that you could just pull from your stash. The backing is a Zen Chic. And the strongest fabric in here, when you look at the quilt, is right here. So that's an important one to pay attention to when you're picking your fabrics. This one uses 16 block background fat quarters. This solid is 7/8 of a yard. The grays for the block, 16 fat eighths. And then the block center, 5/8 of a yard, plus the outer border and binding, backing, etc. And again, she used that same binding. Yay! Y'all are sewing along and y'all are saying it matches. I was trying to match. I do try to match. Oh my gosh, it does really match. This is actually more brown in person. Maybe not. Oh, Stella's gonna sew along in Snowman Gatherings. I'm gonna try to do it where we can see the border. Do I know what solid this is? I don't. I know it's a Bella solid though. It says, Sue says it's interesting that all of the border fabrics are the same as the binding. Yeah, I think it just is very cohesive, and this actually used to be very popular 20 years ago. This is what I used to do on all quilts, and I think it's really pretty. Okay, and then we have the spider web quilt. This one I would say is probably intermediate because the pieces are real tiny. So it's called spider web. It's 68 inches square, and the color possibilities on this are insane. You could do so much with this. This one does have a fun backing too. And you can see she just uses her leftovers to do the backing. Okay, so this one, your most important fabric you choose is going to be this stripe, because that kind of sets the tone for your sashing. You're going to use 16 fat eighths for the backgrounds. This black right here is 2/3 of a yard. 16 fat eighths of orange. Half a yard of your stripes, and then these blacks right here within the blocks, you need 16 10-inch squares, plus, you know, the sashing and all the things. But she made all of the blocks where the stripe is the same and this print is the same, and then all of these, like within each block, are the same. And you can see the same thing, the binding and the border are the same. And this one, if I was making it, I would probably just make the center exactly like it's called for, and then I would cut each of these strips slightly bigger and trim down as I went. And you'll notice she cut all of them the same, so that the stripes, you just have to pay attention that 2 stripes go one way and 2 stripes go the other, so that you don't have stripes going all over the place. And I really feel like the darker border, the busy background here, and then the lighter, it kind of goes together. What's the name of this man again? Oh, his name is Jordan. That's so funny. Yeah, that's Jordan. He's our camera guy. So that was the spider web quilt. The next quilt is called Trick or Treat, and I love this one. It is so, this looks like a bucket list quilt, and I'll tell you why in a second. That's a Ruby Star fabric. So let's talk about the block. I'm going to talk kind of about the assembly so you can kind of see how it's assembled. But to make this, you would need 42 fat 8s for the backgrounds, 42 fat 8s for these block prints, 1.5 yards of these accent prints, 2 yards of border, and 3/4 yards binding. So the way you make this is in strip sets. So like, this is all the same fabric, this is all the same fabric, and this black dot is your accent. So whatever you pick here definitely has to be light enough so it doesn't take away from this. But you make strip sets, you put your ruler on the 60-degree line, cut one piece, and then you just keep chopping. And then you literally just lay this out. This is your block. You lay this out on a design board. And the way that it's from your fabrics, this is how many you get. Now, of course, you could do all of these different and have every single fabric in here, this whole quilt different, and it would be crazy good. This would be so fun if you just picked one designer and you just made, you know, it doesn't have to be right here, if that makes sense. But it looks hard. But when Sarah wrote the instructions, I was like, oh, it's actually doable. It's just gonna take, you know, you just have to take your time, and you definitely have to pin because these are bias. And the way that we wrote this is actually cut as a triangle. So once you sew it together, you chop it off. You do not need a strip set ruler. All you need is a ruler that has a long ruler that has a 60-degree angle on it. Yes, I'll show you. So this is your 60-degree right here. So when you cut your strip set, that's how you get it, is you first cut. It's too hard to explain. I'd have to do it, like I'd have to do it with actual fabric. But then you cut one, and then you just measure from there and keep cutting. But this one to me has so many possibilities because the whole quilt could be scrappy. If I was gonna make this, I would probably do the whole quilt scrappy and just have 2 fabrics each. And then one fabric here and one fabric here. And I could see this all scrappy. I could see it Americana. You could do similar to that one sew along quilt where you have a row of pinks, a row of reds, a row of aquas. Am I cutting? You are getting a bias when you cut this. And, but I'm saying this would be a bucket list for me because this would be bias, but it would be so fun to just make this and just do it by color. I think it'd be really cool if you did like stripes of colors. And that's, you know, she did a scrappy, so she's got pinks, oranges, purples, but I would probably do all reds, all navies, etc. And Crystal says you can probably make this EPP. You probably can. We didn't write it that way. And yes, I could put this on my bucket list for Scrappy 2025. I have not started that list yet. And then here, these are all the cross stitches that are in the book. And I'm not going to go in detail on them because we have a floss tube channel called Fat Quarter Shop Floss Tube. And if you come visit on August 14th, we're going to go in detail of each one. And we'll talk about what fabric is used. Now in the book, she does list exactly what fabric she uses and what floss. And Susan is a huge fan of Aurifil floss. So all of these are stitched with Aurifil floss. So there you go. That is the follow-up to Summer Memories called Halloween Memories. And then I'm sure there will be a Christmas Memories. Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, so I'm sure there will be like a Christmas Memories, Easter Memories, that kind of thing. So it's kind of the theme of how she decorates her house, and we've had her on live several times. I hope you enjoy the book. I can't wait to see the sew along because I really think that you guys are going to really do a great job with the color. That is set on point. These are all patterns that are going to be available only in the book. None will be standalone, and the books are paper only. And I would say the books in the quilt in general would be intermediate. All the instructions are written really well where it becomes doable. And it does not list, the book does not list the fabric collections used because she just does scrappy. So she collects, and it's all written in the Summer Memories book, but she collects colors by designer. So she collects oranges and grays from Fig Tree, blues from Minnick and Simpson, red from Fig Tree, you know, etc. So she picks different designers to collect those colors, and then she mixes the different colors together. Okay, so now we're going to do the what's new, and there's a lot. The first thing we have is a quilt. It's called Snowflake Twist. This is the Kitty Christmas collection by Urban Chicks. A lot of it did already sell out. It sold so fast. This is designed by Angel, pieced by Shelley, quilted by Joanna Marsh. This is the pattern you get in the Jolly Bar. It's only available in the Jolly Bar. The quilt is 66 by 66. And this is just cut on the straight. It just looks biased. So when you look at it, this is your block right here. Wait. This is your block. And then these are your sashings. And these are your cornerstones. And this is really cute. If you look at it, this block right here is different than this block. And this is really cute. If you fussy cut, like right here, you could fussy cut something in there. This is kind of fussy cut, but kind of not. But if you had a print that would fit right there, that'd be really cool. And then this is the backing we put on there. So there you have it. And this is the background from the collection. It's not a Bella. Okay, so the next stuff I'm going to show you is brand new fabric you're going to go crazy over. Okay, so I'm going to kind of lay everything out and then talk through it so I don't make any mistakes, and I will open all of this and show it to you. So y'all can take a guess if you know what it is. There you can see all of it. Has anybody guessed? Nope, I haven't seen it yet. Haven't seen a guess yet. Okay, so this is Lori's brand new collection called Hometown Holiday. We have a lot planned with it, lots of kits, lots of things. We're gonna go into that another day because today, what we have received from Riley Blake so far is these pre-cuts. The yardage is arriving early next week. So that will be online next Tuesday, but we have the pre-cuts. We have a Jolly Bar, a 10-inch stacker, a roly-poly, charm pack, a fat quarter bundle of the entire collection, and then we have 1 yard bundles by colorway. These are all cut by Riley Blake. So this is like the background, this is one colorway, this is one colorway. So if you want 1 yard of the whole collection, you would buy all 3 bundles. We will have a half yard bundle that will be online next week because we cut that in-house and we have not received all of our bolts yet. So now what I'm going to do, I think I'm just gonna open the, I'm gonna open the layer cake because then I can just keep it and because it's easy to starch and then I won't mess up all of the pre-cuts. So, da 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 da, layer cake. That means I can starch it this weekend. And these are usually sorted by color. And this is a pretty big collection. It's It's really big. I'd have to look online to see how many it is. And I'm gonna kind of lay it by color, just so you can kind of see it. But this is so cute. This is like, this would be the cutest pillowcase ever. Like this, oh, so cute. I can't wait to make the new pillowcases that she designed, that she's gonna do a video on, if you saw that during her book trailer. So some of these are, a lot of them are Christmas, but some of them are not. Like this doesn't have to be Christmas. These don't have to be Christmas. That doesn't have to be Christmas. But this is just fun to look at. I mean, really. Who doesn't love playing with fabric? So there's your like reds. And one thing that Lori does that a lot of designers don't do, when you look at her fabric, there are lots of shades of the color and there are lots of scales to the print. So this, you're not gonna have 4 pinks that are the same. You're gonna have a coral, a light pink. You're gonna have, this all is a big range, and that's how she gets the look of her scrappy quilts. The layer cake won't have all of the fabrics. No, it'll be missing a few, but you'll get the feel of it. And so again, all the pre-cuts except the half-yard bundle are online. Yardage and half-yard bundles will be online next Tuesday, assuming everything arrives to us on time. So here's your yellows. And sometimes she has like really bright yellows. Sometimes she has yellows with more orange tint. Just depends. And I always love the prints, this style that she has. This is my favorite type of style, because you can do so much with hourglass blocks and backgrounds and borders with that. I'm trying to make it pretty. Can I do a red and green bundle for Christmas? We actually are working on colored bundles that are by color, that are going to be scrappy, that are going to be Lori's. So we're going to do those first, and then I'll see, because we have to cut the store order plus all the other stuff I ordered. I kind of ordered a lot after I left her house. So there are going to be color bundles soon. It's probably going to be 2 weeks because we have to wait for a shipment. And then here's your aquas. Maybe I'll do those up there. And this one's gonna have a sew along with the Vintage Christmas book. I'm just not gonna go into detail on that yet, just because it's next year. There's gonna be 2 other sew alongs. One's this year, I mean, there's just gonna be so many sew alongs, but I don't wanna go into that today because I just wanna focus on how beautiful the fabric is. Now this one, when I make a quilt and use this one, sometimes I'll use it on the straight, and sometimes I'll cut some pieces on the bias, and then they look like totally different fabrics within your quilt. And that's kind of a new thing I've been doing. I think it's just to keep myself on my toes. The gray is really nice. Now what the layer cake doesn't have is the background. So I'm going to show you the backgrounds from the 1 yard bundle. And then magically you will have seen it all. And again, if you look closely, look at the grays. There's a bunch of different grays, browns. That way she gets that look. And then she calls this color like tea dye. That's what she calls it. And the colored bundles we're gonna have are just gonna be a mix of like 5 or 6 collections. And then the backgrounds, I probably could just keep this too because I'm gonna use it all. Okay, how do I make this pretty? The sew-alongs will be beginner friendly, but we'll go on those on a different day. Did I get to stay in her guest room? No, but I'm going back in September. She just doesn't know what day yet. And I'm staying in that room. And you can ask any questions. I'll go into detail with answers kind of at the end on the ones that are specific to the book. And I have ordered the machine embroidery Hometown. We sold out of it, but have more on order. Should arrive any day. A Jolly Bar is a piece of fabric that is 5 by 10 inches. So awesome. So that is Lori's. And I'm going to take all that delicious stuff home. And then the next collection we're going to show is, okay, we're going to move to Moda now. Sorry. Oh, I have more. Wait, there's more. Sorry. Okay, there are notions that came. This is the first time I'm actually seeing them in person, so I am so jazzed. This is the vinyl zipper pouch for Hometown Holiday. This is her enamel mug for Hometown Holiday. These always sell out. This is new for her. These are Christmas stickers. Okay, I think this will last you for the rest of your life for all your gifts. So basically it's like, I haven't taken the sticker off, but it's basically like washi tape so that you can like put it on all your gifts. So I mean, how cute is that? So I'm actually gonna keep these because I need some, then I won't have to buy any this year. And they're all different colors. So cute. And then, just because you guys needed them, we have more design boards. I cannot tell you how long these will last. What is very interesting to me is sometimes this size will sell out. The next time, this size will sell out. The next time, this size will sell out. So I always order according to how the group that arrived before sold. And every time, something different sells, and I find that so intriguing. The Jolly Bar does come with a pattern. I will not be at Garden of Quilts. Okay, so now we're gonna move to Moda. And there's a lot of new. This first one is Three Sisters Favorites. It's all backgrounds. So if you're somebody who collects backgrounds, you'll probably like this. It's more of a white. It's less cream. Sometimes Three Sisters is creamy. I mean, I guess, yeah, it is creamy, but it's not tan. But it's not white. So if that makes any sense. It's a smaller collection. And this will be available in all pre-cuts plus yardage. And then there's one that there's a couple of extra pieces that are available yardage only that are more like city maps, which are really cool. So that is Three Sisters Favorites. So just to make sure I get the color right, this is kind of like tannish, hints of gray, much lighter, but it is a little bit lighter backgrounds than some other previous collections, so it will not always mix and match with their collections, just so you know. This next collection is Pine Valley by Basic Gray. And this one is Basic Gray's Christmas collection. So there's a lot of busy backgrounds. And this collection does mix well with her previous collections. The Lori Holt Jolly Bar is available now. There will not be a Fat Eighth bundle of the Lori Holt group. So lots of really strong reds. foresty greens. This would make a cool border. It's directional though, which might, you know, be hard a little bit. And then the classic blacks. And these right here, these are new grunges. These three. Okay, so this is Pine Valley by Basic Gray. Okay, I'm not going to open this one because this is ginormous. This is Farmhouse Flannels 3 by Primitive Gatherings. So this is the third line that Lisa Bonjean has done with her flannels. They all mix and match as far as I can remember. This would make, so many of you ask for manly fabrics. This reminds me of the shirts my dad wore. This, I love the fabric of it. I love the feel, the fabric, just the colors. I think it's great. I would probably take some of these out. But I've always wanted to make a flannel quilt. It's not on my list yet, but if it was, I would use this. And then we have Autumn Afternoon by Heather Peterson for Riley Blake Designs. And this is the one that we showed you with the sew along colored in it. And so these are fall colors, but very bright. Oh, I'm supposed to do them this way, right? So I don't mess them up. So very bright, and this is like a very bright teal. Very unique. It's really cute. And this is definitely red. So I feel like these two could work for Christmas also. And then orange. And then your yellow. So again, Autumn Afternoon, Heather Peterson, Riley Blake. Now these are definitely purple or plum, and then some more greens. So you can see the difference in the green and the teal. So there you go. I'll try to make it easy for you, Jordan. I don't think I did. This is so beautiful. This is Jerry Robinson, Serenity Blues. We've known Jerry forever. She's like the nicest person ever. This is really pretty. This kind of reminds me of Ralph Lauren, just a little bit. And it kind of reminds me of Laura Ashley from the 80s. Just that beautiful floral. And you know, we have a teenage daughter, but this is how they dress. They dress in this really beautiful floral stuff. And so it's kind of cool to see her dressing girly and not in Nirvana shirts. Just kidding, she still wears Nirvana shirts. They don't know who it is. Cracks us up. We're like, what are you paid for a shirt with holes in it? So again, Serenity Blues, Jerry Robinson. This is Riley Blake Fabrics, available in pre-cuts and yardage. I'm keeping them in order. And then this is this one will sell out. This is On the Housetop by Teresa Kogut. She is a cross-stitch designer, and her Christmas groups always sell out. They're very folk art-ish. So if I open one, you can see the Primitive Santas, Vintage Santas. I'll open this one too. And I think the reason her fabric sells out is when I look at the orders, you buy it in chunks. So you don't buy half yards, you buy like 3 yards. So I think that you guys are using them for either pillowcases or backings or something like that. Up on the Housetop by Teresa Kogut. We will have yardage of the flannel farmhouse too, 3. The Lori Holt Jolly Bar pattern will only be in the Jolly Bar for now. At some point it will go into either a published pattern or a book. That usually takes about 3 years. The next collection is Janet Wickerfish for Riley Blake Designs, and this is called Old School. So it's kind of, you know, it's very elementary, like education kind of look. And all of these will have yardage and pre-cuts and all the things. She always has kind of tone on tones. And she always has 2 color prints. And she always keeps her fabrics in a vintage tone. Bless you. This one has, these are 2 new colors that I haven't seen before, but all the red, black, cream, all of that stays the same. Again, old school. I don't know what this is, if it's like an old lady doing exercises. I don't know. I'm sure these are based on vintage prints. Vintage prints. This one will be really popular. This would make cute pencil cases. If you could cut straight. I'd be scared I would cut crooked. And then these are charcoal, and then the next ones are black. And then, like I said, she always has white and black prints. Always. So these are your creamier yellowish, and these are your white and black. And then Pumpkin Spice by Simple Simon and Company for Riley Blake Designs. So Simple Simon is a paper company. Most of what they do are for scrapbooking, and so stickers, stuff like that. And so they bring their designs out into fabric after the paper. So this is more compared to Heather Peterson's, she changed her name a little bit, Heather Peterson collection. This is more of your traditional colorway. These would make great, the ginghams would make great kitchen table runners or placemats. And then I wanted to show you some of our clubs. These are our leftovers that we cut a certain amount, and these are our leftovers February, March, and April of the Lori Holt Fat Quarter Club. So on these, I have them in my stash, and I will eventually sew something up with them, but I just wanted to show you in person. So if you aren't in that club and you wanted one of the February, March, or Aprils, these are available on our site until they're gone. This print right here, I will tell you, was on so many quilts in her Prairie Home book that I loved, that my goal is to use this one sometime because I haven't used it before. And then we have some solid clubs. So this is the June solid Fat Quarter Club, and this is July. And again, we basically make them, and then Whatever's left over, we put online. So there might be a lot, there might be a few. It just kind of depends. So this is from our solid Fat Quarter Club. This is Coriander Colors Petite Bundle. So these were from our Moda Fat Quarter Club. And this is our Strawberry Lemonade Petite Fat Quarter Club. These are leftover from our Moda Fat Quarter Clubs. Strawberry Lemonade is being reprinted by Moda, and it will be available at Fat Quarter Shop in September. So if you missed out on any of the Strawberry Lemonade, you can either get it in this bundle, you can get it in the Moonbeams quilt kits that are left over, or you can wait until September. This is Fall Gatherings by Island Boutique, Kathy Engel, sorry. This is Green Woodland Boutiques, also by Island Boutique. And then Red Woodland Boutiques. So these were presented to us as Christmas, and these were presented to us as fall. So you can see the really, Island Boutiques has great, just great motifs. And then these two can mix and match if you want to mix and match. We did a green and a red just in case you guys wanted to keep them by color. This is Monet Valleyscapes by Anthology. This is Purplelicious by Jacqueline DeJong for Anthology. And this is Paint Spatter 2.0 by Anthology. So again, Monet, Purplelicious, Paint Splatter. This one is very much kind of like a blender. So I'm not sure how well the Fat Quarters will sell. I think the yardage will sell better because I can see people just buying chunks of it to put in a background of a batik. This is the Beach House Bundle by Laundry Basket Quilts. This is selling really fast. We sold out of the half yard bundle, but I was able to make more. But once the Fat Quarters and half yards sell out, it'll be a while before I can make more because Andover is already out of some of the prints. So again, Beach House by Aditya Sitar of Laundry Basket Quilts. And it's kind of got like a gold yellow tint to it that I'm not sure her other blue groups have had. So there's two stripes. And Andover fabric, the quality is so nice. Okay, I just saw somebody dancing on the side. I'm not gonna say their name. And this is, these are little houses. So again, Beach House by Laundry Basket Quilts. The cheater print from Strawberry Lemonade will be reprinted. Okay, this is Patina Hand Paints Artisan Batiks by Robert Kaufman. And so these are batiks that they come out with like every 2 years, and then they keep them for about 2 years. They're more of a basic. And then this is gonna be your Brilliance Palette Kona Fat Quarter Bundle. It was picked by Then Came June, and it goes with one of their patterns. So these both are Robert Kaufman. This next one I love. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. This is called Bedtime Stories by Elizabeth Chapman for Art Gallery Fabrics. So cute. It would be the cutest little girl clothes. It just would, or like a romper. Oh, it's so cute. Or just, oh, it's so cute. And this one we have Fat Quarters and yardage. I think we might have 10-inch squares also. Really cute. Bedtime stories. This is Fresh Meadow Batiks. This is going to be the Hoffman Challenge for 2025. And if you want information on the Hoffman Challenge and how to enter, that is on the Hoffman Fabrics website. And this just came out, and they keep it in print for 1 year. And it's really fun to see the winners of the quilts each year. And each year is totally different. So Fresh Meadow Batiks, Hoffman. And then there's 2 groups by 3 Wishes Fabrics. And 3 Wishes is kind of a smaller company. I don't know much about it, but their groups are like 4 or 5 pieces, and I wish they were bigger. So this one is Oh Holy Night, and it has angels, stars. This is kind of like an all over churches, and then I'll show you the panels. So really it's only 6 pieces because it's 4 fat quarters and 2 panels. So this, I think this will sell really well. And these 3 Wishes, just so you know, it's not reorderable. So once we get our shipment in, we can never get more. And that's 23 inches wide. And then these are square panels. I'm going to just show you half and half. And I think you could make pillows with these. These would make great Christmas gifts. You could even make placemats out of these if you took the square and then added rectangles to the sides. So Oh Holy Night by 3 Wishes. And then this is Pumpkin Please, also by 3 Wishes. And again, really small group. Wish it was bigger. I think they have really great artists. I mean, look at how pretty that is. That looks so much like Hobby Lobby. Like, you know, what you would buy in Hobby Lobby to decorate your house with. And then this one also has a square, a panel with squares. This one though is a 1 yard panel, and they're actually placemat size. So you have Welcome Fall. It's so cute. From Wilmington Prints, we have 2 collections. One is Violet Crush Batiks. This one goes along with the block of the month we're running through them. There are, I think, about 10 spots left. We showed that quilt in person. So if you like purple and you like to sew along with batiks and you like block of the months, you might check that out. This is Patch of Sunshine by Jennifer Ellery for Wilmington Prints. This one is really pretty. I feel like this is kind of 80s-ish, but these are the colors. This gray and yellow is the color of my kitchen. Not green, but I feel like I need to decorate my kitchen a little bit better. We had a water leak though, so we can barely even eat in our house. So we have like a huge hole in our ceiling. So I'm gonna pause on redecorating until I can get the hole fixed in my ceiling. So Patch of Sunshine. Northcott, every year they do a flannel Christmas collection with snowmen. Every year. This one is called Snow Much Fun Flannel. Deborah Edwards. So cute. Kevin loves snowmen. This one's really, I think this would make a really cool binding, or even a pillow. Like if you made a square pillow out of that, people would think you sat and knitted it. And then this is the panel. Keep them in order for Jordan. Okay. This is kind of like an all over scattered panel. I don't know how to describe it. It's cute. Jordan likes it, he says. So at the top, there's 3 squares, and then there's 4 squares, and then there's 3 more. Well, I guess this is a rectangle. So Snow Much Flannel, Northcott Fabrics. This is Wyndham's Christmas collection. It's called Holiday Splendor. And they do something like this every year that has blacks, reds, greens, golds, and metallic every year. It's a very slight metallic, I believe. This will sell well. This reminds me of Scotty Dogs. Oh my gosh, this makes me think of Christmas. I haven't even started Christmas shopping. Oh my gosh. I'm going to be so behind this year.
When do you start?
Huh?
When do you start?
Oh, I start December 1st. I start December 1st. Denise starts now. I do not start anytime soon. This is Holiday Splendor. This is Heartland Boutiques by Banyan Boutiques. Heartland Boutiques, yes. Yeah, no, I'm really bad at, I'm really bad at Christmas. I just put it off, and then my credit card bill is insane for 1 month. Thank you for the super chat, Barry's wife. She says, thanks for always being such an inspiration. Well, thank you for watching. I think it's great that people even watch. This is Paradise Tonga Boutiques. And these are purples and aquas. So lots of boutiques today. If boutiques are interesting, they usually ship around the 1st of the month. Just put it back, Jordan. Hush. He said I messed it up. He's fine. This one's kind of ombre. And I do see the questions. I'm going to answer all of them. We're almost done with the what's new. Well, not really. We're almost done with the what's new fabric. There's just a lot going on at Fat Quarter Shop. I don't know how I keep up. This is Happy Holidays by Camelot Fabrics, and Camelot Fabrics is another one of those companies where you can only get the fabric once, so we can never reorder. So again, Happy Holidays. This is Whiskers and Paws. Now, you might have seen this designer before. This is a Maywood designer. There is a panel that goes with the collection. We just didn't put it in the Fat Quarter bundle. Now, this designer does, she's big into stationery. You've probably seen her stuff. Gosh, everywhere. She has all kinds of stuff. And I think on this one, we couldn't find a pug. I think that was the joke when we bought it, that there was no pug. Oh my gosh, Piggy has to go next week, and one of his appointment is called elderly appointment or something. I was like, what? Oh, there he is. There's my pug. It was called like the elderly dog appointment or something. I'm like, oh my gosh. It made me want to cry. But all of her prints always have these little polka dots. So you've probably seen her stuff before, but this is a mix of dogs and cats. And Kevin and I weren't sure, like, you know, how it would sell, because some people might only want the dogs, some people might only want the cats. But the way that it was designed is it really wouldn't work if you just took the dogs out and the cats out. The colorways wouldn't look right. So we kept them together. It's so cute. It's a little puggy. This is really cute. Okay, And then now we have something that we've been working on forever. We've been working on this for months and months and months. This is called the Wooden Quilt Block Set. Only available at Fat Quarter Shop. So we had these made. They are made in America. They are wood and they're hand painted. They're bought from a local husband and wife team. And thank you to Kelly and Jocelyn who got these done. So they all have this little hook so you can either set them. This is how they are in my office. They're set. We made sure they're really thick. You can buy them as a set and only as a set. We're not selling them individually. And we don't know how long they'll last. We are going to reorder them when they sell out. They are 6 3/4 inches square or 7 inches. They're not all exact. And they look really cute together. And so the way that I have it set out is like I did like the two aquas kind of separated from the two red pinks. And so these are just classic quilt blocks that we have had in previous videos or previous patterns. So super excited to offer these, and I can't wait to see when you guys put these out how they look. But I'm very excited about these. This is kind of like a passion project. And then the company that made these melamine trays that we had found on Etsy, the first ones sold really well. Those were small and rectangular. And I saw these on her site and thought we should carry these. These are much bigger. They are about 11.5 inches, 11.5 inches square. And they're melamine trays, so they're not, you know, they're like thicker than plastic, but not glass. Oh, I have some underneath me. Apparently, they just appeared. So these are the previous ones, so different colors. And this white is, she made that just for us for this size, I guess. So she has an Etsy site, and we just found her and thought these were really cute. I'm gonna be using these for cross stitch just to like keep projects. And it's good if like if I'm on a plane, I don't like to use that fold out thing. And this will be good because my needles and stuff hopefully won't fall off. So these are the melamine trays. And then this, I am so sad to tell you, we are almost sold out. This just came in this week. This is called the crafting case. We have worked on this for 2 years or over 2 years. And it is great for binding, wonder clips, needles, all kinds of stuff. Really cute. We have ordered more. They will be in 3 months. So if you want one of these, you have to get it now because it's going to sell out. And then we're probably going to, we're going to do a second run of the pink and then decide if we're going to do another color. And then this, Kevin designed this. This is all Kevin. It actually is more, a little bit more green in person, but it is for when you go to football games, because when I would go to football games, I would never have I've never found a plastic bag that I like the color of. And so we, Jocelyn did all of this. She found a company that had really nice plastic, really nice fabric. This took about 1.5 years to do, and it just says Fat Quarter Shop down here, but it could be for football games. It could be for, if you want to take your cross stitch, if you want to take your English paper piecing, anything like that. These are also selling really well, and I'm not sure how many of these we have left, but if you like this, thank Kevin, because this was all Kevin's idea. And then one last thing. We had the other mug that we still have, and this is a new one that is for Christmas. And so it is smaller. It's 18 ounces, and it's called Limited Edition Fat Quarter Shop 18-ounce Favorite Star Mug Reservation. This is coming in October. This will be a one-time run. It's made by Swig, and so it says, you know, Fat Quarter Shop Swig, and this is, we just kind of like that all over feel. And just so you know, both cups work hot or cold. So obviously this is Christmassy. You could use it for hot chocolate, you could use it for coffee, but you could still use it for iced tea. And I'm going to answer questions and then talk about the giveaway. Jennifer Clay says she's late coming in. Will the Lori Holt decorate the tree pattern only be available? I already reserved the fat quarter bundle with my local mop and pop shop. Decorate the tree pattern. Which one is that? We'd have to search on our site real quick. Let me look and I can tell you. Off the top of my head, I don't know. If it is in, oh, it's our Jolly Bar. It's our, oh, that's a Riley Blake kit. That's a pre-made kit that comes in pre-made from Riley Blake. Those have not arrived yet, but that pattern, as far as I know, it will be in that kit. Now, if Lori wants to release it separately in a couple of years, she might, but for now, it will only be in the kit. Thank you to Tracy Honig for the super chat. Totally appreciate it. Any update on the background hometown holiday? It was supposed to ship out this month. Yes, everything, if you pre-ordered, shipped yesterday. If it was one of the bundles I showed on camera. When will the Christmas Jolly Bar book be released? It is later. It's like in a couple months. I know it's at the printer right now. Quilted snowman kits will be in a couple of weeks because we haven't received the pre-cut kits from Riley Blake yet, but also the other ones that need to be cut, we haven't received our yardage order yet. So once we get them, it'll take a week or two to cut them. Can I do a video on cutting the diamonds? Yeah, I probably could. Denise will have to schedule it. Will I be doing a tutorial on the woven star papers? Yes, I love those papers. So I'm actually gonna sew with them this weekend. I bought 4 pads. I'm so excited to use those. If you haven't seen them, do we have one in here? No? Okay, I'll show them next time. The 3 bundles I showed you were in the Fat Quarter Club for February, March, and April. Our leftovers are online. You can order them even if you're not in the club. They're just a higher price.
Specifically
Hometown Holiday. Okay, so Hometown Holiday will not be in her clubs for like another, they will eventually like in a year. So she curates those. And so probably in a year. Do you know if there will be kits for the table toppers in the new book? Yes, there will be kits for the 4 seasonal table toppers, and that information should be on the coming soon page. Did I use triangle paper for Hocus Pocus? Can I see the book? Some of them, it depends. We have to figure out where we put it, sorry. Look in your little cheat sheet thing and see if you have it. Go back up. Paper, okay, our paper does not work for this. It's a weird size. I knew it was in there. So that one, no. Could I explain why you can cut pieces for blocks bigger and trim down, but wouldn't cut borders bigger and trim? Would you cut sashing and inner borders bigger? How do you decide? I only do it for blocks. I feel like it's easy because the block is small and you can trim it down, but like a border, that just gets too big. And a sashing is just too big. But it's all personal preference, you know. Some people just like to, you know, just sew and don't, you know, they don't care as much about accuracy as I do, and that's totally fine. So I only do it for blocks. Are you saying there will be 2 years of sew-alongs from Lori's Hometown Holiday book? There will be 1.5 years. So will you be sewing your flannel with that collection? No, I don't have any room on my list yet. Will Lori Holt's Jolly Bar pattern be a Lori Holt pattern? Maybe in 1 year or 2, but we always release those several years later. Kimberly, are you going to use your usual background, or will you mix the backgrounds for Moonlight Quilt Along? Oh, I haven't decided yet what I'm gonna do. Sherry says, I accidentally ordered 4 of the Dear Santa panels. I think I will embroider one and use one as backing. I'm sure I can find uses for others. You're lucky because those sold out right away. The new mug is called 18-ounce Favorite Star Mug, and it's designed, obviously it's available only at Fat Quarter Shop. Jocelyn designed it for us. So we are doing a giveaway. The giveaway is going to be 3 mugs. Now, obviously, you won't get your mug until it comes out in October, but 3 people will win this. You have until Thursday, August 1st to enter. We're picking winners August 2nd, and we want you to comment after the video and tell us what you're sewing from the Halloween Memories book. And I will see you guys next week. I hope you have a wonderful weekend.